Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Cindy Cornelius, the Director of Nursing at the Venango Technology Center's Practical Nursing Program. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the family and friends who have joined us here today to celebrate the graduation of the Practical Nursing Program's class of 2024. It is with honor and privilege that we begin this graduation exercise. This is a very exciting time for our students, soon-to-be graduates. They have completed 11 months of extensive education, which has prepared them to be safe and effective nurses. These 15 individuals have chosen to embark on the ever-changing and ever-challenging field of nursing. Nursing is a demanding career that requires knowledge, compassion, and diligence. No other career can be quite as fulfilling as the moment you affect another's life so profoundly. Florence Nightingale is credited with being the founder of formalized nursing education. She was nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp. And this occurred during the Crimean War, where she made tireless evening and nighttime visits to wounded soldiers while carrying a Grecian light to light her way. Our students walked in today carrying candles, symbolic of this practice. Florence Nightingale revolutionized nursing by sanitizing hospitals, promoting good communication in healthcare, maintaining meticulous medical records, and developing the first formalized training program for nurses. She increased the recognition and respect of nursing greatly. Through Florence Nightingale, we can recognize the impact that one individual can have on the world. As these 14 individuals prepare to make their way in the vast field of nursing, it is our hope that they will strive to improve the world, either profoundly as Florence Nightingale did, or equally as important, one patient at a time. The faculty and I have observed as these students have lit their proverbial nursing flame, and we have watched it grow strong over the time that they have spent with us. It is our continued hope that the light we have shared and helped to nurture continues to help light their nursing path. This afternoon, we celebrate the completion of their educational journey and join them in anticipating the next step of their career. They will join a nursing workforce comprised of many of our graduates making positive contributions in our community every day. So before we send these graduates out into the world and into our local workforce, let's celebrate their efforts and proceed with our graduation ceremony. I would like to invite Mrs. Danielle Frantz, our administrative assistant, to the podium to give the invocation.
Will you please bow your head? Dear Lord, we gather today at this graduation celebration as administrators, educators, students, caring family, and friends, all here to honor these 15 very special people. We thank all those who have helped these students in so many different ways to achieve this goal. Most of all, the constant love and support through this past year of hard work and countless hours of studying. As these students receive their certificate, which opens a new chapter in their book of life, we ask that you guide and direct them. Always walk beside them, no longer as students, but now as graduate practical nurses. All these things we ask in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
A nursing program is a very difficult academic endeavor. There is a great deal that each student has to learn in order to be a safe, knowledgeable nurse. As you can imagine, in maintaining that high level of an academic performance on every examination is an arduous task. Venango Technology Center's Practical Nursing Program provides the highest academic achievement award to the student who attains the overall highest academic average at the conclusion of the school year. At this time, I would like to ask Jamie Fetzer to please come forward because she's the individual who achieved this great accomplishment. Our program is 48 weeks long, 3 to 4 days each week, and includes some additional outside assignments of classroom time. It's difficult to maintain perfect attendance during such a long span of time. It requires diligence and dedication. This year, there are 4 individuals that I would like to recognize who have achieved perfect attendance throughout the entire length of our program. When I call your name, please come forward to receive a certificate for your accomplishment. Evan Bernard. Congratulations, well done. Jamie Fetzer. Julia Livesey. Sean Parrish. Next, I have the pleasure of introducing you to our faculty who work with the Oil City Practical Nursing students. These ladies put a great deal of effort into the education that they provide to our students. They develop many different ways of helping the students learn difficult material. The graduates would not be here this evening if it were not for the knowledge, experience, skill, and dedication of these instructors. When I call your name, please stand. Dr. Julie Cartney. Mrs. Alyssa Sigworth. Mrs. Kelly Weaver. Next, I would like to introduce you to our administrative assistant. She is responsible for assisting students, faculty, and administration, managing multiple tasks, and keeping our program running smoothly. Mrs. Danielle France. So now it's time to begin the presentation of pens and diplomas. Will the faculty and staff please come forward? We asked each graduate to choose one of their guests who is attending today to play a special part in the ceremony. This segment of the nursing graduation is commonly known as the penning ceremony. The graduate's name will be called. The graduate will proceed to the table at your right to get their nursing certificate and pen. Next, the graduate will meet their chosen individual at the front of the room to be penned. After the pen is placed on the graduate, both the graduate and their guest may return to their seats. The nursing pen was a tradition started by Florence Nightingale. It was called a badge of courage. The pen was meant to encourage her graduates to faithfully serve the injured, sick, and dying in challenging and oftentimes dangerous circumstances. Over the years, the pen symbolism has changed. The nursing pen is now worn in a graduate's place of employment to signify where they graduated from and to confirm that they have completed a nursing program. The gold-plated pen has the Venango Technology Center logo and the words Graduate Practical Nurse engraved on it. As each graduate proceeds through this portion of the ceremony, I will be reading a personalized thank you that the graduate has written to their friends, family, faculty members, and loved ones. Graduates, please come forward when your name is called. Leah B. Baldwin. Leah writes, I would like to thank my family and friends for supporting me through this program. I want to thank God for all the mornings my study sessions were me praying I'd pass my exam on the way to school. I would like to thank Dr. Cornelius and Mrs. France for working to put this together. Most of all, I would like to thank my instructors, Mrs. Weaver, Dr. Cartney, and Mrs. Sigworth, and my classmates for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you for helping me gain confidence in myself again. Congratulations, everyone. Evan A. Bernard. Evan writes, I would like to thank my family first and foremost. My wife, Caroline, has had to put up with a lot daily, but even more so during my time in nursing school. I would also like to thank my kids, Clara, Wyatt, and Ian, for their patience during my study time by always being quiet and well-behaved, making an easy place to study and get work done. I would also like to thank my classmates and the staff for the unexpected sense of community I have felt during my time at Venango Technology Center. Jessica L. Brownlee. Jessica writes, I'd like to thank my instructors and classmates for their dedication and encouragement throughout this journey. A special thanks to my husband who sacrificed his time and needs so I could fulfill mine. You pushed me out of my comfort zone. Thank you to my in-laws who have believed in me from the beginning and accepted our absence. My adopted parents, you have pushed me and showed unconditional love. My 8th grade teacher, you've watched me struggle in high school, now you're watching me graduate. That's all I need to say. Last but not least, my babies. You can do anything you set your mind to. I love you. Brandy B. Connor. Brandy writes, today I am filled with immense gratitude to our instructors who have challenged, encouraged, and inspired us. Thank you for guiding all of us on this journey of learning. To my family, friends, and peers, your unwavering support and encouragement has provided me with the strength and fortitude to accomplish this milestone in our lives. Thank you for your belief in my abilities, especially when I was unsure of myself. Your faith in me allowed me to push aside my fears and doubts and try, which taught me to do. This is a life lesson I am thankful for learning. Jamie L. Fetzer. She writes, I would like to thank my family for their support and encouragement this past year. Thank you to the wonderful instructors and VTC staff. And lastly, to my classmates, I couldn't have asked for a better group of people. You are all going to be amazing nurses. Kayla N. Gadsby. Me too. Kayla writes, what will happen if I fail this speech? Seriously, though, I want to thank the instructors for their patience, knowledge, and guidance. Thank you to Nick for pushing me to do what I thought was impossible. Brentley for reminding me to stay positive. Love you to the moon. And everyone who helped with my crazy schedule. To the teachers, my family, and peers, thank you for believing in me and picking me up when I was down. I put a lot of work, but I couldn't have done it without your encouragement and support. I'll be forever grateful. Stephanie N. Kendall. Stephanie writes, thank you to my husband and daughters for all the stress, frustrations, and victories we shared over the last 11 months. I am walking today because of you. Mom, thank you for all the above and beyond this year. Nothing went unnoticed, and it was all appreciated. To my siblings, in-laws, and coworkers, thank you for everything during this year. I am beyond blessed. Mrs. Weaver and Dr. Cartney, thank you for putting up with the emails and sarcasm. You both will always have a place in my heart. Friends sitting beside me, I am thankful for each of you. Congratulations. Julia J. Livesey. She writes, to my wonderful family and friends, thank you for supporting and believing in me even when I doubted myself. To my boyfriend, Jacob, you got me through the lowest days and celebrated with me at the highest. I appreciate everything you have done for me. To Mom, you are my role model. I would not be where I am today without you. I hope one day I can be as awesome as you. Sean A. Parrish. Congratulations. Sean writes, I would like to thank Nikki, the most important person in my world. You acted as the man of the house and shared your vast knowledge of nursing with me while I embarked on this mind-draining journey. You kept the yard looking tip-top, painted a couple rooms, dealt with my absence, and kept the house in order so I could jam this insane amount of new knowledge into this old brain. Thank you. You rock, and I love you. I would also like to thank the teachers for not being offended by me trying to get a few extra exam points by arguing over some questions during the reviews. Thank you all. Brandon L. Rogers. He writes, I would like to thank my wife and daughters for being my inspiration to try. Thank you to my dad, who always believed that I could do anything I put my mind to. Mom, thank you for showing me the way and the time spent with you at work. Grandma, thank you for always being there for my big life events. You make me feel special. Grandma and Grandpa Sherlock, I made it. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you to my sister, niece, and nephew for always giving me a reason to be positive. I love you all. Ashley N. Snyder. Ashley writes, thanks to my teachers for dealing with my sarcasm and assumptions of personal attack. I don't think I'll ever be able to look at bingo without anxiety again. To my mom and dad for believing in me and reminding me I could do this. To my husband for sticking with me and believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. To my twin, all of this was possible because of you. I wouldn't be where I am without you. To my kid, thanks for enduring this rough year. I hope you are proud of me. I love you all. Jessica D. Songer. She writes, I would like to thank the teachers for their guidance and wisdom throughout the year, along with their patience. Also, Most of all, I want to thank my incredible family for all their encouragement and love that has been my strength, especially my husband and daughter for being by my side along the way. Good luck to you all. It's been a privilege. Kevin D. Songer. He writes, I would like to thank the instructors for their vast wealth of knowledge and instruction. There was a lot of content to cover with so little time. I would like to thank my family for their patience and support, especially my wife, Jessica, for keeping me focused on assignments and deadlines. I wish my fellow cohorts the best of luck and prosperity in their future endeavors. Remember to keep learning and make a difference. Lillian M. Songer. She writes, I would like to thank the teachers and staff for all your guidance, knowledge, and experience. Also, thank you to my parents for their continuous support and encouragement. Although some people say how crazy I am for going to school with my parents, and I must admit sometimes it have been more difficult than others, it really wasn't all that bad. So again, I want to say thank you for all your patience, and I have enjoyed sharing this experience with you. P.S. Thank you to my sister Erica for helping me study all my anatomy diagrams. I couldn't have done it without you. Kayla M. Upton. Kayla writes, I would like to say thank you to my dad for all his words of encouragement and my mom for being my inspiration for joining this field and jumping in to help anywhere she can. I would also like to thank my fiance for all his support during this journey. But most importantly, I want to thank my children for being so patient with me and resilient to all the changes. This year has been very challenging, and I can't wait to get back to spending time with you all. Would the class please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Venango Technology Center's Practical Nursing Class of 2024. Thank you. Please be seated. The students elect classmates to be their class officers who serve as their representatives throughout the school year. These class officers help to address any class concerns as well as assist with portions of the graduation. This afternoon, I would like to acknowledge their efforts. When I call your name, please come forward and remain up front to receive a certificate. Jessica Brownlee, Stephanie Kendall, Brandon Rogers, I'm going to turn the podium over to them now. Their speeches will be followed by the graduates joining them to recite the Practical Nurses Pledge printed on the back of your bulletin.
Hello, my name is Jessica Brownlee, and I am one of the class officers. I have the honor of thanking friends and family. We graduates couldn't have done this without the support and encouragement from each and every one of you. You have helped us from day one by giving us the courage to follow our dreams we had, encouraging us to push that submit button on the application, wiping our tears, and telling us we're almost done. Now you're sitting in front of us, sharing in our commencement. We also know that you'll be our supporters again as we step out of our comfort zone and into the nursing workforce. We'll continue to need your encouragement and your pep talks as we walk through the door of our next chapter of our lives. You have shown the same amount of dedication, commitment, and sacrifice as we all have. You have dedicated your time to our needs, taken children to activities, to school, and even just keeping them a little longer so we could be in our books. You showed commitment because no matter what time of day we had questions or needed something last minute, you were there 100% of the time and didn't say no. Lastly, you showed sacrifice. You sacrificed your own time and needs for us to further our education. And still on this day, you are willing to continue to sacrifice so we can make a difference in our community. As everyone knows, there's such a high demand for nurses. So in closing, I want to personally thank each and every one of you for your encouraging words, your wisdom, patience, and belief in us as we walked on this journey together. Because of that, I have met people that I will hold forever dear in my heart, and remember that these long months have made us who we are today, the Practical Nursing Class of 2024. So thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. Next, I'd like to invite Brandon Rogers, a fellow class officer, to the stand.
As I look to my left, I am so happy and proud to see my classmates here at graduation. As the year progressed, our skills became stronger, but the one skill that stands out to me most is our teamwork. Whether it was helping each other study, assisting one another on tasks while at clinical, or just being supportive of each other, we grew. The teamwork we displayed wasn't just something that we were told to develop. We knew inside of ourselves that it was important. Every one of us has something special to offer the workforce of nursing and medicine. There is not one of us that is not afraid to admit when we need help, or to offer that help to each other. This has helped us grow our confidence in our nursing skills, both physically and mentally. It takes a special person to become a nurse, and there's 15 of us here. As we embark on our chosen path of healthcare, there are still many questions. Are we satisfied with being an LPN, or do we desire more? Regardless of our next steps, I feel that we will be there for each other as we continue to grow. We may go on to loftier heights of healthcare, or we may find that being an LPN is rewarding and this is all we want. We are motivated to continue to learn, to help others in ways that we were previously unable to do. I would like to take this opportunity to formally and publicly say thank you to all of my classmates. You have made this achievement possible not just for myself, but for every one of us on this stage. We did it. I'd now like to introduce Steph Kendall.
Thank you, Brandon. Good afternoon. I am completely honored that the class of 2024 entrusted me enough to represent them, go to bat for them, and be one so many came to for advice, questions, and friendship. I want to take this time to give our complete, sincere gratitude to the faculty and instructors. Dr. Cornelius, thank you for all you do to make this program possible. The dedication and years you have put into this have touched the lives of more nurses, families, and patients that we can fathom. Mrs. Franz, we thank you for jumping in the middle of the school year and learning as you go. Dealing with exhausted nursing school students looking for their grades, questioning every process, and also their life choices is not a task many could handle, but you have, and it is appreciated. Mrs. Sigworth, the skills you have taught us and the knowledge you have passed along, whether on lab days or at clinical, we will carry with us throughout our careers. Whether it was a skill someone was questioning they could complete in real life at clinical, or coming around giving advice and help with our care plans, your encouragement was appreciated throughout. Mrs. Weaver, between exam reviews, concept maps, and early clinical start times, if there was a probable excuse, we tried to use it. Thank you for making us break out of our comfort zones and use our critical thinking capabilities. Your dedication to every single patient during clinical and your dedication to making us into the best we can be is something we will carry with us throughout our careers. We thank you for your grace, your compassion, and your commitment to making us who we have become in the last 11 months. Dr. Cartney, your knowledge, references, and ability to break things down to a level we all understand is remarkable. This SimLab experience you have created and gave us all the pleasure of experiencing is one we will take with us and appreciate for years to come. Because of you, many, if not all of us, have gained confidence in our abilities to go out and become the best nurses we can be. Thank you for being someone we know we can count on, not just through today, but in the future as well. It has been an absolute honor to be taught and mentored by all of you, and we hope the class of 2024 has left our mark on you as much as you have on all of us. Next, my fellow graduates and I will recite the Practical Nurses Pledge together as our commitment to nursing. My fellow graduates, would you please stand? Before God and those assembled here, I solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate loyally with other members of the nursing team, and to carry out faithfully and to the best of my ability the instructions of the physicians or nurses who may have assigned to supervise my work. I will do nothing evil or malicious, and I will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in malpractice. I will reveal no confidential information that may come to my knowledge in the course of my work. I pledge myself to do all within my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted to service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession.
I would again like to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us this afternoon. I would also like to thank Venango Technology for the support that is provided to our program throughout the year, as well as our clinical facilities for providing our students with terrific learning experiences. Thank you again for coming and sharing this special moment with all of us. Again, best of luck to our graduates. We wish you the very best. Mrs. Franz will now deliver the benediction. Following benediction, the students will process out, concluding our graduation ceremony. Mrs. Franz.
Will you please bow your heads one last time? Our gracious God, As we close this graduation ceremony, we do thank you for the wonderful memories made with this graduating class. Those will hold in a special place in our hearts. We are so grateful for the experiences shared, the friendships made, and the many lessons learned here this past year. In Jesus' name, amen.